Hello everyone, and welcome to another game of World of Warships. Today it's one of my replays and I'm in the Prinz Eugen, a tier 8 German cruiser. I'm on my hotspot, it's a tier 8 game, standard battle unfortunately, and there is a sub. Now I've opened up fire here on this hipper and I've made my way behind the island so I'm no longer detected. And then suddenly a Fubuki appears. Now, on the bright side, I can shoot the Fubuki. On the less bright side, I'm now detected again. There is a Fuso that could smack me. Now, it's not the most scary of all battleships, I suppose. There is also a little bit of island cover. I'm trying to get the bigger islands between me and the Fuso. So, I think I should be fine. I'm also no longer detected. Meanwhile, we are getting some nice damage in the Fubuki. Now I'm moving more away from like the 9-10 line like this. But safety first, I suppose. Now unfortunately I didn't get many good hits into the Fubuki, but we did a little bit of damage and for now the Fubuki is retreating. Now where do I go from here? There are some more destroyers around. I could turn back to the 9-10 line and possibly fight the zipper. So only the Fuso being here is obviously great for a cruiser. It means I'm not getting smacked that hard by battleships most likely. Would even try for a little bit of aggression. But I'm getting sidetracked by these very goods that I'm not hitting. Which is a shame because, you know, I'd like to hit a cute little destroyer. Did that come out wrong? Well, that's much better. Now, the enemy destroyer seems to be committing for whatever reason, and it's not gonna survive then. So, good start. Unfortunately, we've already lost a destroyer on the other flank, so there is that. Well, it seems like the Fuso has also abandoned the 9-10 line. Which means it would now be perfect to push this hipper. But we do already have two battleships there that hopefully are going to realize the same thing. Especially with Jedi here running interference on the Fubuki. Those battleships should be perfectly fine from torpedoes, so nothing will stop them from going after the hipper. Meanwhile, got a cozy little fire on the Fuso, and I'm gonna probably push in here some more. If the enemy destroyer here gets closer, maybe we can take care of that. Otherwise, there really isn't that much happening here. Our other flank, I mean, it's not like we don't really have any ships. For some reason, our ships are more in the like in the spawn instead of towards the left side. I suppose maybe they are going to farm the enemy cruiser that pushes through the middle for no reason. Oh well. I'm just gonna try to burn this lovely Fuso, or maybe the island. I mean, that island knows what it did. Awesome. So, I'm making my way forward. I could also try to shoot this Gokase. Then again, I'm still hoping our team will, like, kind of shoot that here from our camp. It's not like they have anything better to do. Good news is that Fuso has not actually damage conned my fire. So it's nicely burning there. The hipper is hopefully finally going down. Our ships are moving forward in the 9-10 line, so that's good news. Now after we've encountered that enemy Fubuki early on, we haven't really seen much of it. With Jedi there in the lead, it can't really get too close to our battleships, so I'm uncertain what the Fubuki is going to do. It could, for all I know, be somewhere close by. Oh, and an enemy destroyer is now going through the middle. I was expecting that Gajimada to sort of come here to our flank, do something, but apparently it's just charging into our camp. Now, of course, our team has never left our camp, so this is a questionable move that Leander could charge it with Hydro. So I have a good feeling about this. Speaking of good feelings, both subs have already been taken care of and I've never seen any one of them, so that's also good news. Now, let's try to keep burning things. That fire was unfortunately damage con, but maybe we can set some more. Well, not with this salvo. So I can't really push anymore. The enemy Gorkaze has taken surprisingly little damage from being just in the open. There are 2 battleships around, and I'll probably just sit here next to this island and keep trying to farm that Fuso. I'm, you know, reasonably tanky for a cruiser. I'm top tier, I have a heal, I feel confident here. As long as I'm not getting shot by too many things. Now, I'm not able to use my rear guns, and you know, my DPM might not be the most impressive. I just need a few more fires. And maybe maneuver a little bit, so... Ah, there we go, there's a fire. If I can get my rear guns involved here without showing too much broadside, that would be nice. Fuso has damage content fire, now we just need the follow-up fire, and there we go. Teaching this Fuso a valuable lesson about damage conning a single fire. Now, the Renown seems to be running away here. Our battleships in 9-10 line are slowly making their way around and probably going to help at some point. Maybe they can even farm this Gorkaze. And somehow I made it into concealment here, although if I keep sailing like that, it's not gonna last. We'll give one last salvo to the Fuso and then we'll focus on this cruiser, who is sailing in a way that it's probably going to be broadside. I definitely shouldn't be going forward here, because I'll screw up my shots and the enemy cruiser starts angling. That's a shame. I went all armor piercing for it and then it decided to turn. Meanwhile, the left flank is still all over the place. There is a lightning behind our lines. There is a Seaton somewhere in the center. Now that Fuso is also kind of pushing forward. No idea where the Galicinia is. Our Baltimore is still there in the 2-3 line. Although it has already been bypassed by the Seaton. And obviously our forces are still in our camp. Now, while all sort of weird stuff is going on, I'm still gonna try to get some shots at this cruiser, maybe... Well, see, I switched back to high explosive because it was angled, so it's turned broadside. Now I'm switching to armor piercing and it's gonna angle again. Never the right ammunition. Anyway. Our 2 battleships will hopefully able to deal with this. And I need to consider what to do next. So the Fuso is sort of turning around. I'm not sure if it's currently beached, but it might be that the Fuso is turning back. This Renown, very healthy Renown, has run all the way towards its camp and then behind an island. Everybody's just confused here, I think. So the Fuso is coming in, and, you know, I mean, I do have torpedoes. I could just sort of charge it. It's also getting low. Oh, double fire on the sea. I have a feeling that's gonna get damage count. So meanwhile, let's charge the Fuso. Oh, fire, that's nice. I mean, a Fuso is getting low. Often in a situation like this, I would hold one launcher back to make sure it hits if I manage to get closer, but that Fuso is so low there, you know. I'm not even sure if those torps will have time to reach. They're more of a contingency plan, I guess. And down goes the Fuso. Now the Renown has decided to join the battle once more, but it's way too late to help anyone. And I think I'm just gonna go behind this island here. Still have some 2 healthy battleships here behind me that are just very slowly making their way forward. Now at this point, it's also important to note that our camp is getting into trouble. Our defensive force there has been reduced to Fushun, and there is still a lightning Galicianer in the sea. Still no sign of this Fubuki. We also really haven't seen any torpedoes of this Fubuki, which is weird. I mean, I'm wondering at this point if it's just gone AFK in A10 or something, because You know, we encountered this Fubuki at the start of the match, and ever since then it has been absent. And we haven't even seen its torps. So, oh, that's a triple fire on the seat. Now, fun fact about the German battlecruisers is they have a limited amount of damage cons, so it's possible that the Seaton no longer has any damage cons. And I'm broadside to a Renown, which is not so good. But, oh yeah, this Seaton is on fire. Oh, poor guy. Now the more concerning thing, the Renown pushing in put me in a bad position with my side. So it's time to get moving. Thankfully the Renown didn't get a good hit so far. So I'm still pretty much alive. The Renown is not.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Okay. So yeah, those are Seaton torps. I probably should have Hydro, to be honest, because that was kinda expected. I wanted to keep my Hydro to push probably the Lightning afterwards. So the Lightning's in the camp. The Galissonier is somewhere around. I got 2 minutes of Hydro to work with. I still have a heal left. Now let's do this. Meanwhile, Jedi is entering the enemy camp. So the enemy has a head start when it comes to camp. Meaning I need to somehow interrupt or stop that Lightning, and then technically Jedi can just camp it for us and win that way. So survival isn't necessarily needed, I just need to basically delay the enemy's cap progress. Galissonier is coming in, got some shares in the air, obviously the Lightning is keeping me spotted, which means the Galissonier might be able to farm me from around this island. And here's the fish, as expected, but thanks to my Hydro, I'm forewarned and I can find a nice, lovely camp. I'm not even getting shot at currently, so that's nice. I can focus on just dodging. And, oh, that's the Fubuki. Wait, why is it coming from that? So, the Fubuki that was on the 910 line went all the way around to the other side and then entered our camp from there. Well, oh, here's the Lightning, but still the Galissonier. The Galissonier sort of has my side. I also need to dodge fish and show my broadside to the Galissonier, so I'm gonna focus that first. It's trying to get into cover, but I think I got this. Galissonier is down. Now I need to dodge fish. That seems to work, and focus on the Lightning. Lightning goes armor piercing because it has my side, but at this point the Lightning's camp progress has been interrupted. And, yeah, the enemy is basically done for. Lightning's torps, I think, are still reloading. And that was a spectacular miss on my part. Now let's just try to torpedo it for fun. And Secondary's got the kill. So, I finished with a close quarters expert and a Kraken. It wasn't the torpedoes, but secondaries are just fine as well. So yeah, that was a bit of a weird game, but it ended quite nicely. And yeah, those 3 enemy ships in our cap made for an excellent Kraken. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I'll see you next time.